Welcome back, folks. BShooter94 with the first Nitro of 2003 is here. Thank you everybody for keeping this save alive. Thank you so much for all the support over the last, I don't know how long this has gone on, for like a year or a year and a half now. And we're officially in year 2 of our save. Or you're technically going into year 3 of our save with 2003. Just ultimately want to say thank you to everybody who's kept this going and supported, so thank you. Our first Nitro of 2003 is going to be in front of 5,726 people at the 5-season center. We have 3 big title matches tonight, and I'm looking forward to all 3 of them. But we open the show with a video recap of last week's main event, which was the 20-man Battle Royal, where we saw the winner would face Goldberg tonight for the WCW Championship, and we saw Guido, Militia get involved and cause Sting to lose, which gave Guido the win. So we have the Guido challenging Goldberg tonight for the WCW Championship. 67 rating on the video segment. Storyline has advanced, and Guido worked the crowd well. 67 rating. We open the show with Ric Flair doing his opening promo of Nitro, saying that 2003 is going to be the biggest year ever here in WCW. He said he has so many things planned. He has so many, like with Thunder coming up now, with potentially new shows for pay-per-views coming. He said 2003 is going to be the year that WCW becomes the #1 company in the world. He says he's going to make sure that he brings in the best stars possible here in WCW with no shenanigans this time. Not the dirtiest player in the game. I'm strictly here to make WCW the best it possibly can be. 65 rating on Ric Flair's opening promo. And in our opening contest for the WCW Tag Team Championships, in a good match, the Dudley Boys defeat the franchise in 13 minutes when Devon Dudley pins Shane Douglas after a 3D. Dudleys make defense number 3 of the WCW Tag Team Championships. In terms of in-ring work, Bubba Ray Dudley was head and shouldered by everybody else. Steve Corino was the weak link, which is fine. Shane Douglas at 59, Corino at 49, Devon at 71, Bubba at 83. The tag titles have advanced. The Dudleys have excellent chemistry, and the match got the crowd hotter with a 74. Great match here. This was more or less a test run to see where the franchise team was. And they definitely showed out. I think that they can definitely be a top team here in WCW for sure. But it wasn't time yet, and the Dudleys need to keep these belts for a little bit longer, I think. Starting out 2003, so no reason to do a belt change here, but the Dudleys retain, which is always nice. So good stuff here. 74 rating on that. And post-match, the Dudley Boys are still the WCW Tag Team Champions as they're celebrating in the ring post-match. 74 rating on the celebration. We get a graphic for the main event of the first Thunder since its return here in WCW will be a WCW Television Championship match, as last week Vampiro apparently impressed Ric Flair in his non-title match against AJ, and he's giving him a shot at the Television Championship on Thunder. So our first main event will be AJ Styles defending the WCW Television Championship against Vampiro. 52 rating on that. We get a backstage promo from the Guido with his militia, saying that last week he was able to defeat 19 other men here in WCW to go after the WCW champion Goldberg tonight. He is not worried about Sting. He is not worried about Goldberg. He says if he can beat 19 other men, there's not one man that scares him here in WCW. Plus, with his militia by his side, there's not a person in this world that can touch him. The storylines have advanced, and Guido improvised well with a 73 rating. Good stuff, Guido and the militia. Alright, in a good match, we have Chris Kanyon defeating BG James with Inc. 22 by pinfall with a flatliner. Chris Kanyon a 73, BG a 56. The Jeff Jarrett versus Chris Kanyon storyline has advanced, and this match got the crowd hotter with a 71. This was just a thrown together match to start off a feud between Kanyon and Jarrett, as we're going to go down that road. But just to get a 71 on just no heat at all is fantastic. We're at that point. Good stuff here out of both guys. I do think we are going to go down the route here of having BG be on Thunder at this point, and Jarrett will go solo again on Nitro. I think is the move, but we'll see where we go from here. And we come back from commercial with Jeff Jarrett walking out of the trainer's office. So apparently BG must have gotten hurt in the match, and he's obviously very frantic and says that BG is out of action. Sounds like he's with the we're not sure exactly what's going on. He's with the trainer. All he says is, Chris Kanyon, you will pay for hurting my best friend. 70 rating on that from Jarrett. So we kind of started planting some seeds, starting to see where we can go here with Jarrett and Kanyon as the next feud here. I think that'll be good for both guys. They're both kind of floundering right now, and we need to get both guys back to a good spot. So 70 rating on that. We get a backstage promo from the WCW United States Champion, Dustin Rhodes, saying that tonight he will defend his championship against the former champion Rhino and prove that beating Buff Bagwell at Starrcade to become champion wasn't the easy way out, wasn't the safe way. You know, tonight I'm going to defeat Rhino and prove that I am the WCW United States Champion, and no one can dispute that. 67 rating on the promo from Dustin. The US title storyline has advanced. In a bout that had great heat and good wrestling, Rhino defeats Dustin Rhodes in 13 minutes by pinfall by using the ropes for leverage. Rhino wins the WCW United States Championship. So the way we want this finish to go, so ignore the ropes thing. I wanted him to cheat and use the belt to hit Dustin Rhodes as a real shitty way to kind of win the match, to get the belt back on Rhino. And that's what happens here. So Rhino hits Dustin Rhodes with the belt as the ref was we had the ref bump, and that's where we got to this whole shenanigans. Rhino at 63, Dustin at 67. The US title story has advanced. 72 rating on the match. So I know a lot of people like that Dustin won the US belt, but I wanted it back on Rhino, on Rhino's push, and we can probably get the rubber match of this at Sold Out, the next pay-per-view, or we go down the road of going back to Dustin. We'll see. I haven't fully decided yet on where we're going, but I am excited for what's coming here in WCW. And Rhino just completely stole the US Championship after hitting Dustin with the belt. 67 on Rhino regaining the WCW Championship. Okay, and about that had decent reaction, but didn't have much heat. Team Canada, Bobby Roode and Eric Young make their debut and defeat Zero Cool in 7:29. Bobby Roode pinned Scott Taylor. Bobby Roode was the weak link, though. Bobby Roode sustained a groin strain, so we'll deal with that. Scott Taylor 58, Sean O'Haire 57, Eric Young a 50, Bobby Roode a 40. Two storylines have advanced. Sean O'Haire and Scott Taylor excellent chemistry. They announced the quality of the match. Color commentary gave the match a boost. Angel Williams did good stuff at ringside, and Scott Taylor came out looking good. 44 rating on this. Not the best debut, not gonna lie, but we had to feature them somewhere for Team Canada, so we gotta get that going here. And I'm not worried that we will. I'm just saying we gotta figure out where we're landing with that. So 44 rating on their debut. Post match, yes, thank you, Bobby Roode, going strain. Post match, we have a heel turn here for Sean O'Haire as he attacks Scott Taylor and says it's all about me now. He said, I'm tired of worrying about you and worrying about everybody else and what the fans say. I am about me now. It is only about Sean O'Haire. 52 rating on that, so we're going to put Sean O'Haire as a heel, so I'll fix that in the next segment. 52 rating on that, so Sean O'Haire now a heel, turning on his Zero Cool tag team partner Scott Taylor. 52 rating on that. As we come back from commercial, Sean O'Haire's walking backstage, and Ric Flair kind of confronts him. He's like, I like this. I like your new aggression. I've been waiting for Sean O'Haire to finally come out of his shell. It only took you 2 years. Well, next week, we're going to find out where that new aggression takes you, as you're going to face the Hurricane in a singles bout next week on Monday Night Nitro. And Sean O'Haire smiles as he walks away. So we already got another match set up for next week's Nitro with the Hurricane and Sean O'Haire. Not the biggest match in the world, but I think it's stuff that, you know, we got to make each Nitro and Thunder really kind of pop. And I think this is a good way to kind of just start developing some more guys going into 2003. I know we've still stayed very WCW heavy with some of the talent, so we'll see kind of what happens if we bring in more talent that wasn't WCW or where we go from there. So 60 rating on that. We get a backstage promo from Rey Mysterio and Ultimo Dragon before Rey Mysterio's singles bout, saying that their goal is to win the WCW Tag Team Championships together. However, tonight I have to battle in a singles bout, but our goal is to find our way into a Tag Team Championship picture, and starting next week, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to try to go after those WCW Tag Team Championships and showcase the Luchador Masked Men. We're going to bring those Tag Team Championships as honor to the ones before us. So we got 74 rating on that, and Rey Mysterio is getting better at his gimmick. Alright, in about that fantastic heat and great wrestling, Rey Mysterio defeats Buff Bagwell in 10 minutes by pinfall with a springboard Hurricane Rana. Rey Mysterio at 92, Buff at 60. Lack of psychology, better call and commentary, that's fine. Buff and Don are a good pairing, and Rey Mysterio is getting better at his gimmick with an 80 rating. So good stuff here, boys. Simple fact, Rey needs to win, Buff needs to lose. That's really what this is. Just a feature, just to give this kind of going. Rey Mysterio and Ultimo, like I said, are going to be kind of in the tag team division for a little bit. So we might see them get a shot at the tag belts at some point, or feud with another tag team, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to as we get forward here in 2003. But 80 rating on this singles bout. Good stuff here, boys. We get a graphic that shows that Rob Van Dam will be in action next here on Monday Night Nitro, Mr. Monday Night. 67 rating on that. In and about that had great heat and good wrestling. Rob Van Dam defeats Chavo Guerrero in 7:53 by pinfall with a split leg and moonsault. RVD in 85, Chavo a 47, 80 rating for the match. So we got back-to-back 80s here, just out of throwaway matches, so they're not even feuds. So we're really starting to really hit our stride here, which is fantastic with the match ratings. RVD gets the win. RVD's plans are in place for the beginning of 2003, so I'm very excited about where we're going. I think you guys should enjoy it, I hope, because I think it's something that is very, very interesting and very cool that we're going to do. So 80 rating on that. We get a promo from Kevin Nash saying that he had a speed bump at Starrcade, saying that he's still the most dominant big man here in WCW, and he is going to prove it next week when he gets into action on Monday Nitro. He is going to start his journey back to winning that WCW championship and beating the man that he ended the greatest streak in wrestling, Goldberg, to get that belt. 68 rating out of Big Kev. So it looks like a lot of people are going after that WCW championship right now. A lot of claims are going towards that way. So looking very forward to that. And in our main event of the evening, in about that had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Goldberg defeats the Guido in 12:54 by pinfall with a jackhammer. So this match had a lot of interference. So Ray Gonzalez, Berlin, and Super Crazy try to attack Goldberg. Sting comes in, makes the save, gets those three out of there. As he's fighting with the three of them, Guido takes his eye out the ball. Here comes the spear. Boom, jackhammer, 1, 2, 3. Guido is 75, Goldberg is 74. Both storylines have advanced. There are times where the match lasts psychology, and Goldberg seemed off his game. So we could have gotten even a higher rating out of this, but that's fine. 380s on this show is fantastic, so I'm not going to complain whatsoever. Great main event here on our first Nitro of 2003, and we end the show with the babyfaces standing tall as Sting and Goldberg are standing tall in the middle of the ring as Goldberg holds up the WCW Championship as the militia is backing up the ramp. So both storylines have advanced. Looks like we got a little something going on with Sting and the militia right now, which is awesome. and Goldberg stands tall as the WCW champion to end the first show of 2003 with a 70 rating. Let's see what we get for our overall show rating. With 380s, we gotta be in the high 70s, right? Like, that's gotta be a thing. Let's see. 78, which is awesome. This show increased our popularity in 14 regions, so always good to increase popularity. We love to see that. Now, I don't know how Thunder's going to work with that. So when we try out Thunder here, and you'll see it coming on this same video, what exactly happens with that. So I'm interested to see where that goes with the popularity, but we gained popularity in 14 regions. I tried to make Thunder on the same shows as everything else with Nitro, so we'll see where that goes. So Thunder's coming your way right about now. Welcome to the first WCW Thunder of the Save. We just finished up Nitro and we're bouncing now over to Thursday Night Thunder. This is the first one. We are at Soundstage 19 at Universal Studios, also known as the Impact Zone later on in life in TNA. It's going to be an hour-long Thunder. You're going to see a lot of undercard talent as I'm just trying to showcase everybody on the roster I can. But we're going to open the show. We're in front of 1,100 people, so it's definitely a smaller crowd than what Nitro is, but I think we're in a good spot. Ric Flair opens the show, welcomes everybody to the first Thunder of the Save, saying that this is where a lot of guys are going to be getting their opportunities to showcase they belong in WCW. Tonight, you're going to see a debut of a developmental talent in Doug Basham. He will be debuting as a singles wrestler. I know we've seen him in tag team action, but that's not going to happen. You'll see him debut. You'll see the return of Jamie Noble, and returns of some other lower mid-card guys we haven't seen in a while. So look forward to that on our first Thunder. 68 rating out of Ric Flair. And our first contest of the evening is a fatal 4-way as Berlin defeats Billy Kidman, the Hurricane, and Ultimo Dragon in 10 minutes. And when Berlin pins Ultimo Dragon after a Conchow. Billy Kidman at 45, Berlin at 52, Hurricane at 57, Ultimo at 49. Berlin seemed off his game. They announced a quality to the match, 53 rating. Main thing here, Berlin doesn't get to wrestle or win much, so I wanted to give him a win. We don't see Billy Kidman much anymore. The Hurricane, I know we will see on Nitro facing Sean O'Hare, and Ultimo Dragon. We gave Ray a singles belt this week, so let's give Ultimo a singles belt while we can. So good stuff here to all four guys. Just good little feature to all four. So 53 rating on that. Good stuff, boys. We get a video from the farm. So Jamie Noble has a new girlfriend here in WCW named Nydia. They're both in West Virginia on the farm, and they say that Jamie Noble and Nydia will be coming back to WCW very, very soon with a brand new attitude and outlook. So it looks like Jamie Noble has some female companionship. This was a real life partnership in WWE, so I figured why not give it a shot, see if it can get some life into Jamie Noble instead of just being, a good wrestler. Let's give him something to we can play with a little bit. With that, how is Nydia's character? Great, perfect, okay. So good. So yeah, Nydia's not gonna be wrestling for sure, but she's gonna be hopefully a nice piece to help Jamie Noble get more over. So good stuff. 54 rating on that little video segment. We get a promo from Sean O'Hare explaining his actions to attack Sean Taylor. We do have to officially hit this heel turn, so boom. And there we go, perfect. So Sean O'Hare is officially a heel. He says that he's done trying to play nice with Scott Taylor and nice with these fans. 2 years ago, I was one of the best young wrestlers in WCW, and I've been floundering for 2 years, and I'm sick of it. This year, 2003, Sean O'Hare becomes the star he was meant to be. 52 rating by Sean O'Hare. And in Doug Basham's debut, he faces off against Sean O'Hare in a decent match. Sean O'Hare defeats Doug Basham in 7:51 with a reverse DVD. Sean O'Hare 49, Doug Basham at 52. They announced a quality to the match, 51 rating. Good stuff out of both men here. Sean O'Hare gets a nice win, builds some momentum. Doug Basham shows he belongs as a singles wrestler. Character-wise, maybe not so much, but, that's what Thunder's for. He's a good hand we could put in the ring with just about anybody, and it's going to get them over. So I have no complaints here. Good stuff out of both men. 51 rating. We get a promo from America's Most Wanted. We haven't seen them in a hot minute, so I wanted to give them some feature here, saying that their goal in 2003 is to become the WCW Tag Team Champions. No matter what they have to do to get there, they want those belts. They had a good rookie year in 2002, they say, but you know what? The rookie year's over. You know, we've done our mistakes. We've been up, we've been down. It's time to make that run towards the WCW Tag Team Championship. 60 rating out of America's Most Wanted. And they pick up a win here, where they defeat Chavo and Clark in 7:32. James Storm looks like he got hurt though, sustained a thigh muscle strain, so that's exciting. Chris Harris at 58, James Storm at 60, Bryan Clark at 43, Chavo 42. Now it's quality of the match, and James Storm benefit from having a hot new move. 52 on the match rating for the tag teams. So good stuff here. A little bit of a just thrown together tag match, but trying to get some wins to America's Most Wanted to help them build up. Yes, thank you. James Storm got hurt. Thank you. We get a pre-match promo from AJ Styles right before he defends the WCW Television Championship against Vampiro. He says, "I faced Vampiro last week, and I know the challenge that I'm facing. You know, tonight it's very, very, very much more important, as now my title's on the line. Yes, I pulled out the victory last week, but tonight the pressure's on. Main event, Thunder, WCW Television Championship. We'll see what happens." 59 rating on that promo there. And in a good match, AJ Styles defeats Vampiro in 11 minutes by pinfall with a spiral tap. AJ Styles makes defense number 4 of the WCW Television Championship. Vampiro is 67, AJ is 672. TV title signs advance, and the match got the crowd harder with a 74 rating. So good stuff here, boys. Fantastic work out of both men. Definitely stuff we needed, and a great main event for our first Thunder. So good stuff, AJ and Vampiro. And AJ is still our WCW Television Champion. We love to see it. This is where I'm going to be confused. I don't know exactly how the popularity is going to work with the show rating, so let's see what happens. 67, no show notes. That's awesome. Alright guys, well thank you everybody for coming by. We had great Nitro and a great Thunder this week. Thank you for keeping this save going. Make sure if you have any ideas or you like some stuff, comment on below and I will comment right back to you. Make sure we're liking the video. We gotta make sure we're building this video and this show up. Hopefully you guys like the new logos that are coming up for this video. And we'll see you guys next week for more Nitro and Thunder.